the sum of the first 12 terms. Okay? Again, the middle school way would be just keep multiplying by 4. Do you notice that the R value is 4? Okay? We know that term 1 is 3. If we go to our formula and we want to find the sum of the first 12 terms, then n will be 12. So we go to our formula sheet. On your formula sheet, there are 4 sum formulas. So just because you have a formula sheet, you also have to study it to know which one's the arithmetic ones, which one are the geometric ones. We're dealing with a geometric sequence, so we go to term 1. Term 1 we know is 3. Bracket. 1 minus r is 4 to the exponent of 12 over 1 minus 4. If you have a graphing calculator that is a TI-84 or higher, you should be able to write fractions. Okay? If you have a scientific calculator or a TI-83 graphing calculator, then you're going to have to use brackets. So I'm going to show the scientific calculator and older graphing calculator method first, because you want to be able to type all of this into your calculator all at once. Okay? In a scientific calculator or older graphing calculator, if you have more than one thing in your numerator or more than one thing in your denominator, you should add an extra set of brackets if you want to type the whole thing all at once. So this is what I would type into my calculator. I would go bracket, bracket, 3, right? Here, I'll move this down. So what can I do here so I can see it at the same time? Bracket, bracket, 3, bracket, bracket, 1 minus 4 to the exponent of 12, bracket, divided by, bracket, 1 minus 4. So I typed it exactly as I wrote it, but because I can't write a fraction on the top and a fraction on the bottom on most calculators, I needed to add extra brackets. Did I forget a bracket? Yes, I did. You see I had 2 here, the blue and the red one. I only did 1. Some calculators, like with my calculator here, if I forget something, I can go second INS insert another bracket, so I would need 2 brackets there. Now when I push enter, it tells me a huge answer. Wow, which is right. Check the bottom. Sometimes you get an answer that big and you're like, I think I must have done something wrong. So you check your answer. It is correct. Now, if you have a newer graphing calculator, and I see a couple of you do, then you should have under these menus F1, F2, F3, F4, F5. So if you push alpha F1, it allows you, this n over d allows you to write a fraction in fraction notation. Really nice option. So now I can write it exactly as we wrote it down, 1 minus 4 to the 12 divided by 1 minus 4. No extra brackets needed. I push enter. I get the same answer that way as well. So you should have the fraction button. Yep. Have you used it before? Okay, good. Awesome. Some scientific calculators also might have that fraction button, so you can play around with your calculator. You want to get to know your calculator really, really well, because it's going to be with you probably for university classes, and sometimes they're a little bit tricky, little things that you need to know about them. Oh, I remember a calculator that I used all through high school, and I left it in an examination at the university. It's like, you know, you're stressed out, you finish your exam, I get home, I'm like, oh, I forgot my calculator. So I had to get a new one. The good thing is new ones were better, right? My old one was really tricky. Like if you wanted to do the square root of 5, you had to do 5 square root. Things were backwards. But Okay, so questions for practice. And I'll get you to try some of these right now. 4, 5, 6, and 7. So we'll take maybe 5 minutes just to try a few. Get used to that formula.